Imagine this. You're stranded in the middle of nowhere. Your Tesla's fine, battery full, but your phone has zero signal. No one knows where you are. Every year, people die in situations exactly like this, unable to call for help because cell towers simply don't reach them. Tesla just quietly filed a patent to integrate Starlink directly into their vehicles. Could this actually be the difference between life and death? Here's the shocking reality. Over 50% of Australia's mainland has absolutely no mobile coverage, and vast parts of the US are the same. Traditional networks were never built to cover the entire planet. So what happens when your smart car loses connection in an emergency? Tesla's answer might just save lives. Let's start with something most automakers won't admit. Traditional car internet was designed for convenience, not survival. Navigation, music, updates, nice features. But Tesla operates differently. For them, connectivity is the central nervous system keeping the vehicle functioning. Consider what happens when a Tesla loses internet. Autopilot data collection stops. Updates can't download. The app can't communicate with the vehicle. Some owners have been unable to unlock cars or continue trips because connection dropped at critical moments. The smarter the car, the more it depends on that digital lifeline. Cellular networks were built for cities and highways, not the vast emptiness covering most of Earth. Australia shows this sobering reality. Over 50% of the mainland has no mobile coverage, even from advanced carriers. Drive 2 hours outside any major US city and watch your signal disappear. Your $80,000 AI-powered vehicle becomes as disconnected as a 1990s sedan. That's not just inconvenient. In emergencies, it's dangerous. This is where Tesla's patent filing becomes significant. Electric first reported Tesla filed detailed patents to integrate Starlink directly into vehicles. Rumors circulated for years, but patents represent actual engineering work and serious investment. What people don't understand is how different Starlink is. Old satellite systems relied on massive satellites in high orbit. Signal delay made them impractical. Starlink operates thousands of small satellites in low Earth orbit, creating mesh networks covering the globe. Anywhere you see sky means connectivity. No cell tower, no ground infrastructure needed. But integrating this into moving vehicles presents challenges. Satellite signals struggle penetrating standard car materials. Glass and metal act as radio frequency barriers. Tesla solved this by designing roof components transparent to radio frequencies. The patent notes this allows signals through with minimal loss while maintaining structural integrity. Tesla isn't bolting dishes onto roofs like some owners attempted with awkward aftermarket solutions. They're redesigning fundamental vehicle architecture, integrating antennas directly into roof structure, stable connectivity without visible external hardware. This level of integration suggests Tesla isn't experimenting. They're establishing satellite connectivity as baseline standard. Real-world implications extend beyond downloads or streaming. Near-continuous connectivity fundamentally changes autonomous systems. Autopilot transmission becomes reliable in rural areas. Updates download wherever vehicles park. Entertainment works during long journeys through remote regions. But let's address the most important application. People have died in documented cases after becoming lost or involved in accidents where cellular coverage doesn't exist. They couldn't call for help, couldn't transmit location. Search and rescue teams document numerous cases where victims had working phones but no signal for SOS. In those critical moments, minutes of connectivity mean the difference between rescue and tragedy. A single satellite emergency signal pinpoints exact location almost immediately. This isn't exaggeration. It's documented reality from wilderness rescue operations worldwide. There's another dimension. Tesla currently doesn't allow vehicles as mobile Wi-Fi hotspots. But imagine if Starlink changed that. Camp mode already runs climate control, entertainment, charging and lighting without depleting batteries. Add unlimited satellite internet and you have fully functional remote offices operating anywhere within charging distance. Cybertruck makes this particularly compelling. Off-road capability reaching remote locations, plus electrical output powering complete mobile setups. For digital nomads or remote workers, this transforms everything. However, there's irony. Internet everywhere means reachable everywhere. That camping trip escaping work? Not really escape anymore. Here's what should concern traditional automakers. Tesla isn't the only company that could integrate Starlink. The network is available to license. So why hasn't any major manufacturer announced plans? The answer reveals fundamental philosophical differences. Most automakers view connectivity as features justifying premium trims. Tesla built their ecosystem around constant connectivity. Full self-driving requires continuous data exchange. Updates are impossible without reliable internet. Remove connectivity from Tesla, and you don't lose convenience. You lose core functionality. As expectations shift, and they will once Tesla advertises internet anywhere on Earth, other manufacturers face uncomfortable questions. Will buyers accept $60,000 SUVs losing connectivity in rural areas while Teslas maintain it? The gap isn't Starlink access. It's vision and willingness to invest engineering resources, redesigning architecture. My assessment suggests Tesla has 18 to 24-month advantage if executed properly. Others would need strategic decisions now, committed engineering teams, redesigned platforms. Rivian with adventure focus would be logical. Ford could integrate into F-150 Lightning for remote work sites. But there's no public indication anyone's moving. This connects to Cybercab, Tesla's two-seat autonomous vehicle. Recent weeks saw these operating in real conditions. Most recently, an unusual Cybercab photographed in downtown Austin with manufacturer plates had side mirrors and appears to have steering wheel, contradicting Musk's statements about no steering wheel or pedals. Understanding why requires understanding connectivity demands. Cybercab needs constant reliable data exchange, sensors, maps, fleet coordination, performance data. Lose connection during rides and vehicles might not know updated traffic conditions or critical safety information. Current federal standards require vehicles on public roads have manual controls and mirrors when humans present. Tesla's working with regulators establishing new frameworks for autonomous taxis, but test vehicles must comply with existing regulations. What makes the Austin sighting significant is location, not controlled Giga-Texas environments, but downtown traffic with pedestrians, cyclists, delivery trucks, construction. This suggests Tesla moved into validation phases, stress testing in complex scenarios. With mass production targeted for April 2026, just 4 months away, teams are racing. The Starlink connection becomes clear. Autonomous taxis in cities somewhat rely on cellular coverage, though even cities have dead zones. As service expands to suburban and rural areas, satellite connectivity becomes essential infrastructure. Robo-taxis losing connection create passenger confusion and potential safety concerns. This brings honest conversation about expectations. Tesla announced revolutionary features taking considerably longer than suggested. Full self-driving has been coming next year for years. Cybertruck launched 3 years behind schedule. So when Tesla files Starlink patents, should we believe this happens soon? My honest assessment, the patent represents real engineering. The technical approach makes sense. The business case is compelling. All suggest this eventually happens. But Tesla operates on Elon time, where timelines are aspirational. The technology will likely come. Predicting when requires caution. There's uncomfortable dimensions. Brazil banned Starlink, China too. India imposed restrictions. The underlying reality, some governments don't want citizens having internet connectivity states cannot monitor or control. Think what that means for Tesla owners in those markets. If Starlink becomes standard, does Tesla manufacture different versions? Install hardware but disable where prohibited? This creates two-tier systems where owners in some regions have emergency connectivity while others don't, despite paying same prices. Let's see the bigger picture. Tesla isn't just selling electric cars. They're selling vision of mobility, assuming always connected. The moment Tesla successfully integrates satellite internet could mark when automotive industry enters new eras where connectivity isn't limited by ground infrastructure. For people taking road trips, camping off-grid, exploring remote areas, Starlink isn't convenience, it's genuine freedom. Working anywhere, communicating reliably, navigating accurately without coverage concerns fundamentally changes how people think about travel. But there's deeper strategic implications. This shifts power dynamics between automakers and telecommunications companies. Currently, manufacturers depend entirely on AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile for connectivity. Those carriers control infrastructure, pricing, coverage. Starlink breaks that dependency. Tesla coordinates with SpaceX, potentially offering better service at lower cost. Other manufacturers lack comparable alternatives. When Tesla advertises Internet anywhere on Earth as standard, every other vehicle immediately feels limited. This dynamic played out before. Over-the-air updates made dealer visits feel antiquated. Touchscreens made button dashboards look outdated. Starlink integration represents another shift of similar magnitude. The question won't be, does your car have satellite internet? It'll be, does your car work everywhere or just where cell towers exist? Framed that way, traditional connectivity looks inferior. Tesla isn't adding features. They're redefining what baseline connectivity means. Let's answer directly. Could Tesla's Starlink integration save your life? Yes. When stranded with no cell signal, that satellite connection becomes your lifeline. One emergency signal means rescue in hours instead of days. That difference is everything. The bigger picture, Tesla isn't adding internet to cars. They're establishing a new connectivity baseline. Within 3 years, every automaker will scramble to match this. The question becomes, does your car work everywhere or just where cell towers exist? Here's what I need. If this analysis added value, hit that like button. Comment below. Would you pay extra for Starlink or should it come standard? For viewers in restricted countries, how does that affect your view? Want more deep Tesla and SpaceX analysis? Subscribe to Tesla Zone and hit the notification bell. We break down what these innovations actually mean for you. The future of mobility is connected everywhere, independent of ground infrastructure, and it's arriving faster than most realize. Thanks for watching Tesla Zone. One night, San Francisco went dark. Power out, traffic lights dead, and right there in the middle of chaos, Waymo's robotaxis shut down completely. Stranded, useless. But Tesla's robotaxis? They kept driving. No hesitation, no malfunction, just smooth navigation through the blackout like nothing happened. This wasn't a test. This was real. And Tesla has now completed nearly 2,000 unsupervised rides using this exact system across multiple U.S. cities. So what does this blackout actually reveal about who's really winning the robotaxi war? Let's talk about what actually happened that night, because the technical details reveal something far more significant than just one company's robotaxis working while another's didn't. Waymo's entire fleet depends on constant internet connectivity to function. These vehicles need uninterrupted connection to central servers, feeding them real-time map updates, traffic data, and routing instructions. When San Francisco's power grid collapsed, cell towers went down with it. Internet connectivity vanished. And in that moment, every Waymo robotaxi became a very expensive paperweight blocking intersections. The technology that cost millions to develop couldn't handle the one thing every transportation system must eventually face: infrastructure failure. Now here's where this gets technically interesting. Tesla's full self-driving operates on a completely different architecture. Every vehicle runs its AI locally on onboard computers. No internet connection required. The neural network already learned how to drive from billions of real-world miles collected from Tesla's global fleet. It processes visual data through cameras in real time, makes decisions in milliseconds, and navigates based on what it sees right now, not what a remote server tells it should be there. When the lights went out, Tesla's system didn't even register it as an emergency. It simply treated dark intersections like any other driving scenario it had encountered thousands of times before. Elon Musk has repeatedly called Waymo's lidar sensors useless, inefficient, and outdated. That always sounded like typical competitive trash talk, but the blackout accidentally proved something crucial. All those laser sensors that can see in pitch darkness, all